If you're going to buy a truck, don't.
Headache of a to-do list that will never be finished.
Cons, you own a truck.
I mean, there's so many cons.
The first truck we bought was in the shop 10 times over the course of 2 years, and then the engine blew up.
What are they trying to hide? And why are they trying to keep all of these sweet marshmallowy trucks to themselves? I'm buying a grip truck. And we're gonna find exactly what that entails. Realistically, I probably shouldn't. This is my 2015 Toyota Tundra, and this is my 16-foot cargo trailer that I've used as my 3-ton grip truck for, God, the last 7 years, I think. And honestly, the trailer's kind of cool in the way that, dude, this thing was $6,500 brand new, easy out the door. Insurance costs basically nothing. It's got a nice ramp door in the back so you can load gear on and off really easy without like an expensive lift gate. We probably pulled that thing about 100,000 miles behind this truck. So I don't know, they're both kind of starting to show their age, and we're at the point where I'm gonna have to replace that trailer here pretty soon. There might even be a chance that I gotta replace this truck pretty soon. So I gotta make a choice. Do I buy another trailer? Maybe have the risk of having to buy another truck? Well, this is the thing. There's a few things about the trailer life that I have not liked. Like the first thing being curb length. This thing is 40 feet from the front to the back of the trailer, and that's even before you drop the dang door down. That's absolutely massive. And number two, this is the one that really hurts, is I am the only one qualified or really comfortable to back this thing into a location out of all my guys. So the idea of having anyone else move this except for me, it's just completely out of the question. There's a reason why the whole entire industry relies on trucks. So I don't know, it might be the time to make the jump. How many trucks do you guys have now?
We have 15 trucks.
Does that include the Jenny truck?
It does, yeah.
That's a lot of trucks. You know my setup. What do you think about me moving to a truck?
Trucks are tough.
They're great
It's convenient.
and terrible.
Growth is tough. I think not many people talk about it, but it is. I mean, success is just as hard to deal with, I think, as failure. Going into it with realistic expectations of what it is actually going to demand of you will help you kind of mentally prepare yourself. And I would never buy personally a box truck again. I would say maybe.
So I'm very impressed that you can work the trailer the way that you do. And if that does work for you, then maybe stick to it.
Once you add an engine, it's a lot more trouble.
I keep on hearing negative things about trucks.
You will not suffer as much from this as we do because we have to hand our trucks out to anybody who calls for them. They get ridden hard. We just had a truck what year was that truck that had the transmission go out?
So 2017 with 40,000 miles, needed a new transmission.
It only had 40,000 miles
40,000 miles. So it's like things like that just sneak up on you.
I'm probably gonna go on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that and like find a used truck.
We've done that also. That's where the company started, with a couple used trucks, and we will never do it again.
What? Why?
We only buy new trucks. Everything back here,
not just because they're pretty.
we bought them brand new.
What?
Used trucks, you're gonna have so many more issues.
And it's happened to us in states all over the Southeast. We've been called by clients in Florida, called to Alabama. After many, many trips and late nights, we finally realized, and we did a little math, and we're like, in almost tows alone, it's worth it just to buy a new truck.
If you're buying new and it's in great shape and has warranty and you've done your steps, then yeah, it should be amazing for a number of years.
The nature of the jobs you get, I feel like it would actually benefit you.
Okay.
Really, it just has to be the right truck.
Your potential with a box truck is so far greater what it would be with a trailer. It will allow for heavier loads, more customization, lift gate, if you want jockey boxes, you can store not even in the truck, but underneath the truck. It's a more comfortable drive.
Like, what's the difference in pricing between like a used truck and a new truck?
I mean, you could probably get a used box truck, 16-foot box for, I think we bought them for 14 to 20,000, and then we added a gate to it. Yeah. So you're in it at maybe 29,000.
Was this new or used when you bought it?
It was used.
What did you pay for this?
This is about 53,000.
I think I got the truck for 28,000.
Yeah.
But then we got this one, I think was 19 grand.
How do you feel about 16? And I said, you got a deal.
A new truck.
It's starting at 80,000.
80.
Okay, wait, hold on. Make the math make sense. Because you're saying that like I could get a used truck for like potentially 20 to 30, but a new one is 80,000. Is there really that much of like things that can go wrong with a used truck?
Well, imagine you buy a used truck. You don't know its history. You don't know its maintenance.
Yeah.
It comes with 120,000 miles on it. You do a couple jobs, everything's going great. You're 2 days into a 4-day job, and it won't start. No support, no options. You have to get it dealt with right then and there while you're working on set.
The peace of mind is priceless. You know how it is. You always want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
And impressions last a lifetime. And when you only have a couple opportunities to work with somebody, you want there to be as few issues as possible. You know, you don't want to be taken down by your equipment when you are full of a bunch of great knowledge and you have a lot of great skills and you love doing what you're doing, but oh God, your truck doesn't start. Now you're the guy with the truck that doesn't start. You got to consider it. You got to consider a new truck.
My name's Hal Adams. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you
I
too.
understand you're in the film industry.
Yep.
And one of my great customers, Ben Lambeth at Cinder Lightning Grip,
Yep.
told you to come see me, and I'm proud that he did.
That's me. I think that a truck is the way to go, and everybody runs the Isuzus. Ben told me they run the NPR HDs.
We do have a crew cab. Damn it. You've got,
That's nice.
you can sit 7 people in here. They need to
7
be skinny
people.
like you.
He said I'm skinny. Wow. Oh my gosh, dude. I really like this. This is the thing. What year are these trucks over here? The used ones you were showing us.
16s and 17.
What year is
This
this?
is a 24.
The body style looks very similar between this and that.
Now the 25 body style is a little bit different. This is a 25.
I just see that these are silver and those grills are white. If you're trying to decide between a used truck and a new truck, you shouldn't make it off of styling because they're basically the same.
They're going to be real close.
Okay. Do we have Bluetooth in the radio?
Yes, we do.
We have a Bluetooth radio. Is it all cloth seats or can I get some nice leather cooled and heated seats?
It is cloth seat. You can get seat covers, but they're cloth also.
So this is utilitarian. This is a utilitarian vehicle. I shouldn't expect what I'm going to get in a Mercedes-Benz in the Isuzu work truck.
It's a work truck.
It's a work truck. That's fair. Where are all the boxes? You keep those somewhere else? Like where? Yeah.
But what we do is we customize the box to meet your needs. We can put E-track in, put rail gates on it, extra light, spotlights on the back, side doors, customize it to your need.
So are you guys a specialized place? Do all this custom work or is this like a normal thing in the industry?
Fairly normal thing in the industry. We're going to call a body company. I'm going
Yeah.
to tell them, I'm going to give them the parameters of what you want. I can do whatever you want to be done here.
A used truck that's configured however it's configured. It was configured to the last customer.
Absolutely.
The fact that you see Isuzus that are flatbed, car carriers, tow trucks, you see them as landscaping trucks, like not every customer needs the same thing. So
Absolutely. Part of the reason why we don't put the bodies on, because
right now we're looking at a bunch of blank canvases.
then you tell me what you want, and that's where we start to make it happen.
I like this. So this is all new news to me that most of these trucks come just frame rails. And so you're the man that builds the bodies.
From frame rails up.
I want a truck. He has it sitting out there in the parking lot right outside. You take that with you today. How long is it going to take me to get my finished truck back?
14 to 15 weeks. It'll take me 8 or 9 weeks to get the lift gate in, and then I start on it and run it through production.
So man, we're waiting a solid 2 months just to get that one component of the
There you
lift
go.
gate. What are the options that I can get on this truck from y'all?
The exterior option, the G-Bond post and panel, 040 aluminum skin, backup camera, backup alarms, E-track swinging side door, power finger, Maxon.
The amount of options when building a body from scratch are absolutely dizzying. So I'm going to spare you. That's going to be its own separate video at some other point in time. But I will tell you the most important thing that we settled on, which is a 20-foot box instead of the kind of like standard 16-foot box people normally use for like a 3-ton size truck. I know my workflow. I know my gear package, which is just infinitely always swelling. And I think that extra 4 feet is going to give us a clear aisle because we can push carts forward. We can fit 20-foot pipe in there. It's just going to feel just that extra room is really, really going to help out.
And this is the NPR HD, which is the 14.5 GVWR. Gas engine, 350 horsepower.
Yep.
8-speed automatic transmission. This truck will last you, if you maintain it and service it and do the things you're supposed to do. I've seen them come back with 400,000 miles on
400,000, even though it's gas.
it. I mean, they last for a very long time. NQR, you can put a 20-foot body on this truck too.
So this is diesel.
And it's 17,950 gross vehicle weight.
So that means it's a little bit more than the NPR HD?
Right. This is 14.5 versus 17,950.
Okay, I think we need to pause and talk about one of the most important specifications when you're buying a truck, and I kind of feel like there's not enough people to really talk about this. GVWR, gross vehicle weight rating.
Gross vehicle weight is the weight of the truck,
Okay.
the weight of the body,
Okay.
the weight of your product,
Okay.
and you in the truck,
Ah.
full of fuel. Let me start out telling you that all of the Isuzu trucks are over the 10,000 gross vehicle weight limit,
Okay.
which requires your drivers to have a DOT physical.
Oh.
And if you go over a 100-mile radius from your home base or across a state line, you have to have a logbook showing how many hours you.
So even though you don't have to have a commercial driver's license, you kind of have to act as if you are a commercial driver.
You are a commercial driver.
Make sure you check in on that DOT medical license. So, I've definitely been pulled over without one, and was able to talk my way out of it. But I've had other instances where I was not able to talk my way out of it. Yeah, you get a ticket in whatever county you get pulled over in. It's a pretty quick thing. You show up. You can go to one of those quick service medical centers.
Yeah.
Tell them you're there for a DOT checkup. It takes about an hour.
It's essentially a physical.
All of the Isuzu trucks are
Yeah.
over 10,000 gross vehicle weight.
Yeah.
Which requires that. It also requires that you get a DOT number. And you do that, I'll show you how to do that online.
Okay.
And you get a DOT number, and you need to show that on the side of your.
Oh, so I always see that on the highway. All the trucks have
And
that. Okay.
technically, as you go through the weigh stations, you should go in every one of them because your truck's going to be 12,000 pounds.
You get to be one of the real truckers that goes to the weigh station?
Yes, you do. Your driver should be able to pass a drug test also.
Okay.
Okay.
Not taking the DOT stuff seriously is a good way to get big fines. Some of the fines that they threaten you with are up to $1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day?
These are laws that are enforced by state and federal Department of Transportation, and they're largely regulations that were put in place for, truckers, for big motor carriers and companies and stuff like that. But little guys like us had to abide by them as well. Now, I feel like, we all just kind of skate under the radar in the film industry, even though we should be abiding by these regulations and laws. But the thing that I need to make sure you guys know is that there are DOT specific officers, and they can pull you over basically without just cause. If you're on the road, if you're on the highway, they can pull you over and examine your truck, look at your documentation. And if it's not straight, they can hit you with some hefty fines. And actually, come to find out, I should be running a DOT number on my Tundra when I'm pulling my trailer. Anytime I could have gotten pulled over. And even if you have a Sprinter van, there's a good chance that you're over that 10,000 pound limit if it's filled with grip gear. So are you going to get pulled over? Are you going to get fined? Probably not, but it's definitely good to know if you're in business and you have a commercial vehicle.
176-inch wheelbase. This is where you put the fluid,
Okay.
the DEF fluid. Fill that up probably based on the miles that you drive. I'm going to say, twice a month. These engines last longer than the gas engines. You have particulate filter, which has to be cleaned. I say once a year. I tell everybody to clean it when they do their DOT inspection.
Okay. You don't have this on a gas vehicle?
You don't have it on a gas truck. It is part of the exhaust system.
But there are also two kind of maintenance things you got to do.
Two additional maintenance items that you're going to have to do that you don't have to do on the gas truck.
So the DEF fluid, that's something you're having to fill up, like you're filling up windshield wiper fluid or something, or oil, or.
They sell it at most of the racetrack right here. It comes in a plastic can and you fill it up. This is diesel. You can get the NRR and the NQR in gas also. Fits the folks that don't want to have to deal with the diesel engine.
You've got NPRs, which are gas.
Oh, okay. Wait, gas? Well, so those aren't quite as strong as diesel though, right?
That's true. But for a lot of what we do, you don't need the heaviest duty motor.
A diesel motor is really good. You're doing long treks. You're driving 1,000 miles. That's where a diesel motor can kind of get in its groove and the parts don't wear out as much. If you're using a diesel in city traffic, commuter traffic, stop and go traffic, it actually puts more wear on the motor. Switch over to the gas, you get a little bit more city reliability.
Gas engines are cheaper to work on, cheaper to replace parts.
They want to be driven. You need to drive them a lot. The fuel fluids have to be going through them all the time, especially the diesels, which for the line of work that I'm in, where it doesn't go out every single day, you run into other maintenance issues there because you just have to run that vehicle.
You can't let a diesel truck ever run out of gas. It's not just like you stop, but you stop and then you also like you damage the truck.
This being your first truck and the number of miles that you're talking about, I'm gonna suggest that you may look at gas first. Real simple.
Well, there you go.
Real simple.
What is this like truck style considered over like the one that has an actual hood on it or something?
Low cab forward.
A low cab forward?
Low cab forward. Isuzu builds the gas models, ship it to Charlotte, Michigan,
Okay.
and that's where they're assembled.
Oh, okay.
The diesel truck's assembled in Japan. If you bought a Chevrolet product, see the
Got
Chevrolet
Chevys
product?
over there? Yeah.
We make those too. It's an
the same.
Isuzu with a bow tie on the front of it. You can go to Charlotte, Michigan, and there's a field of trucks, and a Chevrolet dealer's gonna call, say, I want 10. They run out there and put the bow tie on 10 of them. And if you want 10 Isuzus, they run out there and put the Isuzu. The same
It's
truck.
the same thing. Okay.
Right. But that's a Chevrolet engine, 6.6 liter.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm imagining the higher gross vehicle weights, that's gonna be a big bulky engine, and then the smaller ones is gonna be a smaller engine, right?
Gonna be 350 horsepower, same engine.
Okay.
And where your difference is springs. The difference between 17,950 and 14.5s, and couple thousand pounds.
I guess that
2,300
makes
pounds.
sense. So it can still, so that engine can still take it. And
Yes.
It's good to go.
Not gonna lie, coming into this, very overwhelmed, but this one little detail just completely demystified the whole entire thing. There's really only 4 different models that I think that you would maybe be looking at if you do a similar thing to me, and that is the NPR, NPRHD, NQR, and the NRR. And really, there's only a couple of different options that come with those things. There's the 2 different pillars of gas and diesel, and then beyond that, each of those different models are just a different gross vehicle weight, and the only thing that changes is the springs and I guess the tires, so it can hold up the extra weight. That's it.
So let me ask you this though. Talking to my friends at Cinder, they were swearing by the NPR HD.
Correct.
Do you think that it's worthy for us to go up the weight? Because we're going to a 20 footer. What's the price difference between this and the NPR HD?
About $2,000.
It was about $2,000.
Same year model.
Because this is the thing. I don't know how much my stuff weighs. What happens if you go through a weigh station? Do they know the model of truck you're in, and they're gonna you'll get a fine if you're over your? So they'll look at the tag, and if you're over, you're in trouble.
So knowing that at any point in time, I could be pulled over or stopped at a weigh station for being overweight is legitimately stressing me out. I already know this is going to be an expensive endeavor, whichever way you slice it. So the idea of, I don't know, just adding a few $1,000 more to upgrade the truck size as that just feels like a cheap insurance legally, so that we don't have a headache over the whole entire lifetime of this truck, because it's if I'm doing this, I should just do it right from the beginning.
A lot of time's passed. A lot of emails have passed with Hal.
Yes.
Mainly on the body, because as hard as it was to decide on the final truck, which took some time, the body was a whole nother thing, because it is an absolute candy shop of options. We can do whatever we want.
Absolutely.
Which makes it kind of hard, because we have to decide between a lot of different things.
Too many choices.
This is where we get to have a lot of fun and put the number on screen and see how much this all is actually going to cost. You get to see me get progressively more stressed.
2024 Isuzu
Yeah.
NQR model. The invoice for the truck is $73,000. So that's manufactured suggested retail price. Okay.
Okay.
We've given you a discount.
Oh, okay. So
and
we're
you've
looking
got-
at 20,000
you've got
or something
You've
now?
got for different items that I've been. Truck itself is $60,881.
But that's a naked truck. That's no body.
No body at all. 20-foot body, $12,875.
Now we're looking at $70-something thousand, which would be a nice pickup truck, but now it's a fully custom with a box and stuff.
20-foot box.
20-foot box. Okay. It's that. I'm just having to this is me coping and just saying that this is okay. So all right, keep on going.
That's
Hal.
okay.
What else do we got to pay for?
We've done the swing doors. That's an additional $700.
Oh, okay. Oh, it normally comes with a roll-up
Right.
door. Okay, so it's an extra cost to do
Correct.
the swing doors.
Correct.
Okay.
We added the 36-inch wide side door, and it's $950. G-Bond composite smooth sides
Yeah.
is an extra $1,200.
Dude,
We put
butter.
the roof bows on 12-inch centers to make it sturdy. That's an extra $150. And then another $250 for smooth camtainers on the exterior wall.
Camtainers, what is that? What is that?
That's
That's a body guy
That's
thing.
a body
We don't
thing.
even know.
When we get there, we're going to make them show them to us. Composite scuff for protection. The scuff's $400. 2 LED lights, $65.
This sounds like this is all fun and games until we get to the lift gate.
2 rows of E-Tracks, $880. The Powell Finger ILK33 is $9,967. So basically, you're looking at a $10,000 lift gate.
No, Hal, just give me a second, a moment of silence, please. Just let me. Dude, so the lift gate is almost as much money as the stock box.
Absolutely. But it is the best lift gate you can put on this truck.
Man, $10,000. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Let's keep on going
Right.
because we're not even done yet, right?
You got 2 spotlight in the rear,
Yep.
and they're $250. And we got a backup camera, it's $695. You're gonna love it
So $695
for the backup camera.
Okay, sounds kind of like an expensive backup
you
camera.
in and out
All
of
right.
place.
Is that the last light item?
That is it.
So hit me with the total there when you got it, Hal. It's a nerve-wracking sound. What's the total at
It
now?
would make the body cost $28,582.
28,000.
$95,908 total sales tax out the door. That's
The
pretty.
total is 95. What?
$95,908, $96,000.
$96,000. A $100,000 truck.
Exactly. But it has everything
It has everything that we want. That's
that you want.
so that like you're right. When I walked in here, I had said we're buying one truck. I want to make sure it is the truck. The truck costs $96,000.
Guess it's time for us to talk about cold, hard cash. How could I possibly justify $96,000? Well, hold on. We're not even done yet. We haven't talked about the other incredibly expensive thing that's associated with commercial vehicles. Insurance.
Top of your head, what your insurance costs are? It's like $3,600 for the truck.
Call it $3,500 a year.
Around $3,000 to $4,000 a year, but that is bare bones. That is a 50-mile radius. It can't leave the state.
What?
I got quotes all over the place. I mean, 12,000, 20,000.
And that's just for this one truck.
That's just for one truck, yeah.
We just got quoted $6,000 to $7,000 per truck. What? For 1 year.
They're asking about $104,000 for all the trucks combined over 1 year.
Oh my.
Yeah, so insurance on commercial vehicles is absolutely stupid. In fact, the cheapest quote that I could find for this $96,000 truck is $8,000 a year. Now, yeah, that's just a ridiculous amount of money. Well, I was getting quotes as high as $20,000 a year for this one truck. So if we break down the financials, you know, the two main things, obviously there's some other expenses that are in there, but everything pales in comparison to the monthly payment of the loan I would have to get for this truck and the insurance per month. Put those both together, we're looking at about $2,500 a month, which is an absolute astronomical amount of money. The deciding factor really comes back to a business one, as it should. You know, if I'm paying $2,500 a month into something, is it going to bring me back that much value or more? You know, the issue right now with my business, the trailer package, is that if I'm not available to drive it, it's freaking worthless. Never do I have gaffer friends say like, hey, I have a job, can I rent the trailer package? Because the logistics of moving it just it makes it completely impossible. So having a truck will fix that. And so on average, my equipment package usually gains about $2,500 a day. So it makes the math actually pretty easy. The question just becomes, do I think that I can gain an extra 12 rental days in the entire year by having the truck?
What do we got? What do
Are we
got?
ready?
I think we're ready to
Okay.
buy a truck.
I love it.
I thought you would say that.
We'll get you to initial and date both of those, and then right here too.
Okay.
Now comes the fun part, to write the check for the 10%. Thank you very much. I know this is a big step.
It's really huge. Thank you so much for all the help, Hal.
No problem.
Dude, this is our truck. It's like, I feel like the body will probably come out to about here. Dude, this is crazy. We bought a truck, dude. We bought a fucking brand new Isuzu. Dude, this is it. This is freaking it. I hate that we gotta wait 3 months to get this thing back.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about trucks.
I have a van